guys, as far as the shaping and all that. Looks great. Looks like it's almost done. Yeah, here we are as far as construction, early March, coming out of winter, place is drying out. We were here about 3 weeks ago and it was as wet as possibly could be. Look at the leaves of the trees, and the leaves are starting to bud out on the trees, so spring has finally arrived. We got quite a few holes that are pretty far along as far as construction goes. You look over there to the right, you got 14 and 17 that are pretty well shaped out and built. And then the holes back here in the trees, the par 3s, number 3 right here that goes into the trees, those holes are pretty much done as well. We got a collection of holes here that within probably 3-4 weeks of good weather, they would have them cleaned up, and to the point where grassing could begin shortly after that. So we do have some holes that are getting pretty darn close to being done. All these paint marks you see on the green indicate the slope percentage. It's really critical in the green construction that we get appropriate slopes, meaning that we don't want too steep of slopes so the ball always falls off the green or runs off the green. At the same time, we need to have some percentage of fall because we don't want it too flat so it doesn't promote drainage. So we have to kind of find a medium place. And the concept of the greens is that now we're reviewing the contour elevations to make sure they all work, make sure all the forms tie into the outside of the green, everything runs in and out. Within the greens, we want cupping areas or shelves. For example, there's a cupping area here. It's broken up by a ridge back here. There's another big cupping area back here that's broken up by a ridge back over here. So we want to create shelves or little areas that are broken up by features so the green is strategic in the respect of where the cups go. The next step after this is to start draining this green. So they'll come in here and put tile throughout the entire green. They'll dig trenches, put tile in, put 4 inches of gravel. And then after that is the prescribed greens mix, which is about 14 inches that compacts to 12 of sand and peat moss, and it's all mixed together. And that's the growing medium for the grass. Then after that they'll clean it all up, float it out smooth so it's absolutely perfect, and then they'll grass it, and grass will come up, and then we'll be able to play on it. But that's the process of building a green. It starts with a big blob of dirt. We shape it up, make it look real pretty. We go to this level of detail to work out the drainage and the cupping areas, and then we slowly build the green with the drainage, the greens mix, and we have a final product after that. So 5 weeks from now we'd be in pretty good position to start grassing. Which is a good time for this this area. Middle of May, early May is about when we can start grassing the golf course because of the temperatures being stabilized and things like that. So our goal is to get everything grassed out by the end of August, September. By October, and some of these holes are grassed first, by October, September, I mean, very well it could be playable. I'm not saying that we want to be playing them, but they're going to look like they're playable and look like they're complete, yet at the same time they're going to be very immature as far as the grass, but it will look like a finished product about that time. This is the 14th hole. It's a par 5. Tees are up the hill around to the corner. The real cool thing about this hole is you're playing down the hole. On the left-hand side is the Harpeth River, the entire length of the hole. You got this really beautiful rock wall that was built, who knows how long ago, 100 years ago. Is that about right, 100 years ago, you think?
So it's hard to determine.
Yeah, but anyway, at some point somebody put a lot of time in building these walls, and they're all throughout this golf course, and we've been trying to incorporate them as much as we can. That's one of the things I think is going to be really cool about this whole experience, being a West Haven resident as well as a member here, is how everything ties together. The West Haven community is a very traditional community, very timeless architecture. You can go back 100 years from now and that community will still be very popular because of the architecture and the way that it's designed and laid out. And the golf course is meant to be that same type of theming. Is we're using these rock walls, we're having very traditional bunkers, very traditional layout, and we want a golf course that fits in harmony with the community, and so that it's all one, it all ties together as one big experience. We're up at the tees now in 14, started at the green, obviously up a lot higher as you look down below us here. The fairway lies in front of us. The fairway of 14, the really neat thing about this hole 14 is how it connects with 17. 17 runs opposite direction of 14. Holes are parallel but running opposite directions. And so when you look out in 14 here, you'll see a huge fairway. The fairway will be connected between the two holes, very much like you see at St. Andrews in Scotland. Like 1 and 18 are all connected as a fairway, and a lot of the holes are connected as one big fairway. And we've gone with the concept of the random multiple bunkers. If you look out, you can kind of see the dark depressions in the landscape. Those are all bunkers. They're kind of just randomly placed to dictate the layout of the golf hole, or the shots that you would hit throughout the golf hole. And as you get closer to the green, the bunkers get narrower and narrower, so the hole is kind of penal in the respect that it's wide, and it gets narrower as you get to the green with respect to the bunkering and things like that. But a really beautiful hole, very panoramic. Got the river down the left-hand side. I got the shared fairway with 17, the rock wall up by the green. Just a really stunning first-class golf hole. So we've crossed Boyd Mill Pike Road, the historic Boyd Mill Pike Road, and now this is the kind of the amen corner that I think Tim Downey likes to call it, of 11, 12, 13. And this is probably my favorite part of the entire property as far as the landscape, the pastoral landscape, the beauty of the hillsides. How awesome is it to be, again, just a few minutes from Franklin, a few minutes from Cool Springs, Nashville, half an hour away from Nashville, be out here where it's beautiful. You can hear the birds, you don't hear any traffic, so this is just a really special place. But we are going to just lay these 3 holes right on this land. 11 is a short downhill par 4, 12 is a kind of a boomerang right par 4, green site's down over there. And then 13 is placed back uphill, the tee's way down in that corner and placed back up to right in here where the green site will be. And we literally are just going to lay these holes right in the land, clear the grass, clean the area, and then regrass it, and just really take advantage of the beauty that's here, because Mother Nature created this for us. We can't make it better. It's as good as it possibly could be, and we're not going to screw it up or try to ruin it. So that's why we're going to lay these holes right in the land and just have this, again, this beautiful landscape that feels like it's always been here. Besides, creating golf holes that are functional from an engineering perspective, creating golf holes that are playable, that are fun, the last element, it's probably the most important element because it's what most people recognize, appreciate, can relate to, is beauty, just purely beauty and aesthetics. And we do that in a variety of ways. We do that with the landforms, we do that with the vegetation in another awesome way, and we have the existing grass here is this grass, this type of grass. This is native to Tennessee. It's little blue stem and fescues. And it was really important to us to kind of carve this golf hole out of this area and then leave the existing so we didn't have to replant it. But this is what the beauty will look like of the golf course overall when we're all done, is we're going to have areas throughout the golf course that have this beauty, have this grass. I mean, right now it's blowing in the wind and it sounds pretty and it looks pretty. As the summer evolves, it'll change colors, it'll get green. But we want to have these kind of transition areas around the golf course for that element of framing, for the element of beauty. It's like a frame around a picture. It helps frame the picture, and that's exactly what we're trying to do in the large context of this big landscape that we're creating.